Our spring meeting, which we host every 3 years, you know, that's 8 hours right there. So.
Okay.
Anything else?
That's it.
He's the only one that ever has any questions.
I got one quick question
Okay,
for you.
good.
I think you're doing a great job. I'd like to say that.
Thank you.
But from 2006 to 7 to 2007, 2008, hours of operation jumped almost 800 hours.
Well, you know what?
Is that right?
Well, we were not counting our bookmobile hours.
Oh, okay.
And we can do that.
Sounds good to me.
And you're going to see an increase in our pupil attendance because we have not been counting the kids that are on the bookmobile.
Count them twice.
Well, no, we're not going to count them twice, but we're going to at least count them once from now on. So.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. We're moving on to item 8. Item 8, requests of Julie Young for a question and answer on the following topics. Item A, open meetings.
First off, thank you, each and every one of you. I appreciate what you do and hope that I get my thoughts together correctly to come off right. The main purpose of this is we need to have faith in you. We need to know that you're leading from the front and know that you are respecting the law in the same manner that you expect us to respect the ordinances that you pass in these meetings. And I'd like to address the May 12th, 2009 meeting for discussion of outside legal counsel. To start off with, the purpose was vague and preemptive. According to the Attorney General, on number 94035, a closed session is not proper simply because matters permitting a closed session might arise. Such a closed session is permitted only when such matters do arise and must be dealt with. The purpose was not applicable to this closed session. A closed session exemption for prevention of needless injury to the reputation is for the protection of an individual employee and not for the protection of a governmental officer on the public body. Action was taken during that closed session. In January's meeting, you said that you had named your outside legal counsel, yet there is no record in the of this action in the minutes of this meeting. According to 84-1410, the meeting shall be reconvened in an open session before any formal action may be taken. For the purpose of this section, formal action shall mean a collective decision or collective commitment or promise to make the decision of any question, motion, proposal, resolution, order, or ordinance, or formation of a position or policy, but shall not include negotiating guidance given by members of the public body to lead counsel or other negotiations in closed session authorized under subdivision of 1A of this section. Did you or did you not name a specific lawyer for outside counsel and vote on it in closed session?
I don't think we did. I didn't.
No,
we discussed it. There was no decision made at that meeting that I know about.
Yeah.
Okay, because when you came out of closed session, there was nothing mentioned. But Bob, on January 12th, you said that you had decided to hire an outside lawyer. So, and I can't find anywhere
I said
in any...
that I had?
No, that you guys had. Not you personally.
No, I don't
that you all had.
We did. We didn't do it till a council meeting.
Yeah, it was during a meeting that we
During a meeting.
Okay, because I cannot find any minutes where you voted in a meeting from this time forward, and I've read all the minutes.
In the council meeting?
Uh-huh.
I know we voted on it.
Because I know it occurred during a meeting because afterward I took a couple of questions from a member of the audience asking me why I voted no during the meeting. So I know we did vote on it.
Okay.
We actually voted on it during the meeting.
If anybody can just get me the date, because I can't find it in the minutes, and it needs to be found.
And you think that that was January 12th?
On the January 12th meeting.
Of this year?
Of this year, 2010.
2010, okay.
That's when the closed session was.
No, that's
No,
when
that's-
Bob
Oh,
stated.
That's when, yeah, I'm sorry.
It was prior to
May
that.
12th is when the closed session was.
Yes.
They discussed it.
That would've been-
January 10th, 2010.
January 12th, 2010.
I think the 2 points that she's trying to make, if I can sort of add to it, is that a decision to make, to retain, sorry, microphone. I think the question is that last year, a decision was apparently made to retain an outside counsel, or to at least name an outside counsel. I think, Alan, you said that when you guys were discussing it on the 12th, you guys were talking about your decision, whether or not you would have supported, or the fact that you would still support naming an outside counsel. You made, or recommending that an outside counsel could be provided for, but you might not have acted to name one because it wouldn't be available when a circumstance would arise. Is that correct?
Yeah, the issue is you can't name an outside counsel until something arises that we need an outside counsel. And then you can't go into executive session to discuss outside counsel unless it's going to harm personnel. We have the right to hear that discussion.
I guess I would ask Jordan as our legal counsel,
But when that first closed meeting to discuss even hiring one, and the reasons for hiring one, was not in 2010, that was
No, it was
2009.
May
Back
12,
in May.
2009.
2009, and then
Yeah.
the next meeting after that, I believe we appointed one, or approved appointing hiring one.
For what purpose?
We did,
You can't-
whenever something comes up, you can.
You can't do a preemptive hiring
Well,
or appointing of a
That's a legal
counsel.
question, you left that over there.
Well, it was on the agenda, as I remember it. I guess people can go back and look and verify these things, but I think it was on the agenda item, and I did not ask that it be conducted in public session. I wasn't really asked one way or another, but I didn't, I knew it was being discussed, and I didn't request that it be in the public session.
But the point is, unless there's a reason to hire outside counsel, they cannot hire outside counsel.
Well, at least they can't go into closed session and discuss it.
Since I'm so wound up in the middle of this, I'm not going to comment further than to say that it was an agenda item. I didn't ask that it be in open session. That's all I'm saying.
You're talking about the first closed meeting, the
Yeah,
only
that-
closed
last
meeting we
May.
ever had on it.
Last May.
She's talking about tonight or tomorrow, if we wanted to hire outside counsel, we can't do it because we can't name one until we got a reason to name
Right.
one. I don't understand that law. Is that the law? It says in the statute that we can hire outside counsel.
You
period.
can when the reason arises. When there is a reason for outside counsel, yes, that is
It doesn't say
absolutely
that.
true.
Does it? I don't think it says that. I
It-
mean,
it
well,
says
that's
you
for
can- it
lawyers,
says
but not
you
me.
can-
I'm not a lawyer.
As I remember from last meeting, reading that statute, it says that you can pay extra legal compensation to the city attorney, or you can hire additional counsel.
Dave Young. To me, the issue is whether you can go into a closed session to discuss hiring outside counsel for issues that haven't arisen yet. It's the closed session on May 12, 2009, where you actually discussed it and decided on the person, even though you didn't vote on it till the next meeting. But there was no issue that required this outside counsel. There was no issue tied to that closed session that would warrant a closed session. The statute said you could hire an outside lawyer, but you didn't have a reason to go into a closed session to discuss it.
I think it says that you can go into closed session to talk about the performance of a person.
If they have not requested an open session, they have to have that opportunity.
And at that point, when we went, I don't know that Jordan did.
He's not personnel either, he's an officer.
And it was on the agenda. I didn't ask that it be an open session. I didn't know exactly